Hello everyone, I'm Ren Halabi from Lebanon. I'm a tech girl and today's topic is about data ethics. During this video, you will define data, data ethics and data misconduct, address data collection and use in personal and professional contexts, explore data misconduct and its multiple forms, and test the new knowledge that you have learned. What is data? Data are quantifiable units of information gathered via observation. Data are a set of values for qualitative or quantitative characteristics about one or more people or objects in a more technical meaning. Data are raw facts and figures. Data can include algorithms, scripts, in research process it can include references, samples, results, and raw data. So, what is data ethics? The moral duties of acquiring, preserving, and using personally identifiable information, as well as how it impacts persons, are all covered under data ethics. Also, data ethics is a new branch of ethics that studies and evaluates moral problems related to data, algorithms, and corresponding practices in order to formulate and support morally good solutions according to the National Center for Biotechnology Information website. Why is data ethics important? Starting your research can be exciting and daunting. Planning ahead and thinking about how and what kind of data you will be collecting is very important. You might start by asking questions like, as a researcher, what do I want to know? How do I gather that information? How will I store it? Do I need consent? And what are the long term implications of my data use? You should also keep in mind that data ethics is important. Even outside of your research agenda, you create and work with data as a researcher, but you also create work with data in your daily life too. While you might not be accused of misconduct in your personal life, your interactions with data can still leave you open to many potential issues or threats. You should consider what kind of data you are creating, who else has access to it, and how it is stored over time. Many of you are probably familiar with the term plagiarism. However, when you think about data and how we just previously defined data, you must also be aware and be careful of how you collect and disseminate data, as to not fall into the realm of data ethics misconduct. This conduct is a lot more than just plagiarism. It also includes fabrication and falsification, which are serious matters. Fabrication is the act of making up data, such as reporting on studies that never took place or patients who never existed. Falsification is the manipulation of research materials, equipment, or procedures, or the alteration or omission of data or outcomes, such that the research is not correctly reflected in the research record. However, plagiarism is claiming someone else's work or theories as your own, with or without their permission by integrating it into your project without full acknowledgement. Plagiarism. We are going to go over some types of plagiarism. To begin with, we have the global plagiarism. Plagiarism, in its broadest sense, refers to the act of copying someone else's complete work and passing it off as your own. Plagiarism occurs when you pay someone else to create an essay or project for you, or when you locate a piece online and submit it as your own. This is one of the most serious kinds of plagiarism, since it includes intentionally and explicitly lying about the origin of work. Paraphrasing plagiarism. Rephrasing a passage of text in your own words is known as paraphrasing. Plagiarism is most commonly committed through paraphrasing without citation. So long as you correctly credit your sources, paraphrasing is not plagiarism. When you read a source and then rewrite its major elements as if they were your own, you've committed plagiarism. Furthermore, verbatim plagiarism is when you directly copy text from a source and paste it into your own document without attribution. If the structure and the majority of the words are the same as in the original, then it is verbatim plagiarism. Even if you delete or change a couple of words here and there, if you want to use an author's exact words, you need to code the original source by putting the copied text in quotation marks and including an in-text citation. As mosaic plagiarism is combining text and ideas from different sources without citation. In self-plagiarism, it is reusing passages and ideas from your own previously submitted work. And lastly, incorrect citation is failing to give all the required information in your source citation. What are some examples of falsification? Falsifying transcripts or references in a program application, submitting content that was not authored by you or that was written by someone else, and lying about a personal problem or illness to have a deadline extended. What are some examples of fabrication? Fabrication, for example, a case where old paper 1 shows a bunch of experiments and figures, and in new paper 2 from a different research groups show exactly the same measurements and figures. That is data plagiarism on one hand, but probably also fabrication, because paper 2 appears to have been made up. Check the quizzes page to check your knowledge. You have learned something new today. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I would really appreciate if you would send us your feedback in the survey page.